Yo, what's up, guys? Thanks for joining my channel. My name is Joseph, and my channel was created because I wanted to do some modifications to my Porsche Panamera GTS. Now, I absolutely love this car, and I think it is the best car that's ever been made. And I'm in a Panamera, which is a bigger sized 911, more or less. But it is absolutely incredible car. It's comfy, it's luxurious. It is, in my opinion, the best car ever made. But I realized very quickly, like I'm sure you have, is that everything that is done in this vehicle is crazy expensive. And if you do want to do any modifications, there's very few people that know anything about them or there's any information about it. I had to reach out to my Porsche dealership to try to figure out how to remove my back seats because even this was not on the internet. So the hope for my channel is that if you want, you want to learn some information, you decide that you want to be a little adventurous also and do customizations to your Porsche Panamera, this channel is going to be for you. So as you can see, I ended up painting the back seats, or dyeing rather, the back seats of my Porsche Panamera. I am not the biggest fan of black. I mean, black looks good, but I like red better. And also I realized that my seats were starting to get discolored and they look a little bit beat up. The nice thing is once you apply this, your seats will look brand new. It also has this nice leather smell that I absolutely love. Side note, I am not at all affiliated with the brand that I'm using. I just know that it works. And again, the point of my channel is to be helpful to you because I can't find any information on anything on YouTube or Reddit or anywhere. So this is the paint that I ended up using. And I paid, I think, about $300. This came with a prep. This came with some gloves, which as you can see, I did use, just kidding. It came with several sponges. It came with a leather care that I put on after. It came with a dye prep or adhesive rather to help suck up the dye into the seats. So it started out black like this. And now as you can see, my back seats are now all red, which I really love. I think it gives it a nice pop to the interior of the vehicle. And I'm going to do the same thing to the front seats. I'll make a separate video on this of how I remove the front seats. There's 4 bolts underneath there and there's a electrical plug that needs to be removed. Really, to do this yourself, you just want to make sure that you prep really well. You want to duct tape, or not duct tape, you want to use masking tape for anything that you don't want to paint on. And you want to make sure that you really clean the seats. It gets rid of any oil, any dirt, anything like that may be on there before. And just go ahead and clean it about 2 or 3 times, I would say. You cannot do it enough. So 2 to 3 times. If you don't clean your seats thorough enough, it will not stick. And it'll leave some areas where everything's red around it, but there's some black spots in certain areas and it doesn't look good. You really have to force the dye in there. So just do it proper the first time. Make sure you clean it again 2 to 3 times. Use some strength when you're using the pad that they have. So they come with this pad here. You put this dye on it, or I'm sorry, this cleaner on it, and then you really rub it in to the seats. Put a lot of pressure, clean it, and then you want to take a clean cloth, clean it off, wash and repeat 2 or 3 times. When you're applying the dye, you want to make sure that you add nice thin coats. You're shooting for about 8 to 9 thin coats, and you may not at first think that it's doing anything, especially the first 2 or 3 layers. You may just see a little bit of red through there, mostly black. This will change. Just make sure you allow enough time for each thin layer to dry. Should take about 20-25 minutes or so per layer, depending upon if it's cold, if it's humid. If it's hot and dry like it is here where I live, then about 20 minutes is plenty enough time. Put on your next layer. Again, you're just going for a nice easy layer over and over again, and then it'll add up to looking beautiful like this. Now if you have a painter, like an automatic painter where you can spray it on there, that is the best way to do it. I found that it was way more even, it was easier, it spread it out very thoroughly for me. And I really liked using the painter over the sponges that they come with. Once you do about 8 or 9 layers and it looks good like this, you can then put on your leather protectant. You want to make sure that you put it on about 2 to 3 times a year. From everything that I read online, this will last a good 8 to 10 years as long as you take good care of this and you make sure that you put the auto leather protectant on here 2 to 3 times a year, especially if you're in a hot area like I am. So as you can see, came out really, really nice. It did look like this over here, and now looks like this, which I really, really love. My next video, I'm going to, again, show you how to remove these front seats. I'm also getting a performance exhaust put in my car. I currently have a chip, and I put in a performance air filter. So after these modifications are done, it'd probably be about close to 500 horsepower, 480. And I will also let you hear what the exhaust sounds like prior to me putting in the performance exhaust, so in that way you can see which one you like more. I know a lot of people love the GTS exhaust system, and I agree it's incredible. I just don't think that it's quite loud enough for the level of power and performance that's in this vehicle. Thanks so much for watching, guys. For all the stuff related to what I'm talking about with the leather, I'm going to put links in the description, so that way you can check it out yourself. Take care.